Hey everyone, and welcome to the podcast. I'm James Goddard. I'm one of the pastors here at Grace. We're with our lead pastor, Shane Marks. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good, man.
Yeah.
3 weeks into the pod.
Episode 3.
It's been fun. It's been fun, yeah.
Very good. We are in a series, a vision series. Tell us the heartbeat behind the vision series. Tell us why we're doing this. Just one more time in case somebody's hopping in.
We're getting clear on why we exist as a church, and we exist to help people see Jesus, know Jesus, and live like Jesus. And each week we've been kind of breaking those down. The overall mission. Last week we talked about see. I think we're going to talk about know today, of what it means to know and grow in our relationship with Jesus.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so just fun thing.
Yeah.
Before we talk about I want everybody to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
If that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, get to know me, like the real me.
The real
Okay.
you.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sure a lot of people, if they go to Grace, they might know it, but if anybody's finding out on the pod, who's your favorite football team?
The college or pros?
Ooh, pros.
Okay, Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any specific reason? Like,
yeah, I remember
watching
growing
as a
up, my
kid?
dad was a Seahawks fan.
okay.
I remember watching a game. My dad was rooting for the Seahawks. They were playing the Broncos. So little punk Shane just wanted to root for the other team.
Got you.
And then I fell in love with John Elway, who was the quarterback. And,
got it.
that was it. I just was hooked.
It's hard to hate Elway, man.
Hard, man.
Elway is a big deal. Okay. Favorite college football?
Oh, the Oregon Ducks. Wait, and the Nevada Wolfpack.
Oh, yeah.
let's-
And Nevada. Wolfpack.
I pull for both, but I'm from Oregon. Oregon's like my team.
Yeah.
And I believe in there's better days ahead for the Wolfpack in football.
Sure.
Yeah. Shout out to the basketball team. Thought they closed out the year really well.
Yeah.
Had a great run in the tournament. Coach Alford did a great job this year with the team. And
Shout out, Coach.
Go Pack.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. So just for fun though, what's like your least favorite sport to watch? You're like, if everybody's getting together, I am not going to that party.
Okay.
I'm not going.
I'm not going to get into like the really weird ones, right? 'Cause I feel like that's a cop out.
Sure.
So I'm going to say baseball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get like
Too slow for you?
it's too slow.
Too slow,
It's
yeah.
too slow. The players change too much.
Right.
It's just, it's hard for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Well, we were talking about potentially playing softball
Yeah.
as a crew or whatever, but you can crank some
Now,
homers.
playing
You
it,
just don't want to watch it.
yeah, playing it all
Okay.
for it.
Okay.
But like watching the game,
Mm-hmm.
like that's sleep medication for me.
Got it.
You know, so it's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that regard.
Okay. So you love football. We've established that.
Yeah.
And you played football, right?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about that a little bit.
Played majority of my life. Played offensive line. Played left tackle. Played a couple years in college. And while I was in college, I had 3 ACL surgeries. So
Oof.
I tore my ACL 3 times. One of which was my ACL. Other ligaments were torn. Bones were hurt. And I hung up the cleats after that. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I had really hard surgeries too. Like I got sick. It just wasn't fun.
Oof.
So yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Playing football.
Hung up the cleats, picked up a Bible. That was my
Ooh,
journey.
there you
Hung up
go.
the cleats, picked
Okay.
up a Bible. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. My big sport was basketball.
Yeah.
My dad actually truly refused to let me play football
Yeah.
for that very reason. He
Yeah.
thought that age and season and life, ending injuries happen way more in football than
Oh, yeah, for
anything
sure.
else, so
Yeah.
anyway.
Not all of us are cut for it. Yeah.
Me definitely not. Me definitely not. Okay. Favorite ice cream flavor.
Oh, I would just say I'm a plain vanilla guy,
Mm-hmm.
but there has to be like an infused other flavor, like a Reese's caramel, something like that.
Okay.
Chocolate,
Like a Blizzard kind of
yeah,
guy.
like
Mix it
I
up.
like a little mix,
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. I know this answer personally,
Yeah.
but because I've had, tons of meals with you, but where's like your first like go-to meal spot, like, or maybe like top three,
Okay.
because that's why I know why you're laughing already.
Yeah. Well, I love Thai food.
Yeah.
I frequent a Thai restaurant
Yep.
up the street. That's where I have a lot of my meetings.
Yeah.
I think that's where I interviewed you
Yep.
at, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, let's see how he
The
hangs
kingdom
here."
is built.
Yeah,
there.
I love Thai food. I love sushi,
Mm.
and I love pasta. So
Mhm.
yeah, I
good.
wish one of those would have been healthy.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I wish it could have been a salad
I
place.
love kale salad. Like I'm working on it. Everybody watching is like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm working on it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. The one place that I wish I didn't love as much as I do, I've just kind of grown up on it, is Chili's, and I know you have a huge affinity
Oh,
for
see,
Chili's.
you know, I thought we were going more types of food.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. Restaurants. I got you.
restaurant
Yeah, yeah,
Chili's,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Chili's, that's my spot. Yeah.
that's good.
I'm in the Chili's fan club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, what else? Okay, favorite band or one of.
One of my favorite bands is a band called For Today. It's a metal band.
Okay.
I actually, when I gave my life to Christ, I was in like the metal world, and Christian metal played a huge role in my life. Artist named Matty Montgomery, he's a pastor in the South as well right now. Made a huge impact in my life through his lyrics, and For Today is one of those bands for me. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
I love that. And yeah, you did music before you like pastored.
Yeah. Loved metal music. I was in it for a while and had fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you do some metal, but you love some country, right?
Oh, I love some country. I'm a country boy
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Do you do any hip hop at all? Like,
No,
that's
no.
not your scene at all.
No, I mean, I don't hate it. It's just
Right.
you know,
That's not your go-to.
Yeah, not my go-to. You know?
Yeah. What's your like? What's like a guilty pleasure movie that you enjoy? Just
I can't say that here. What do you
oh,
mean?
well, okay.
Guilty pleasure movie. Let's see. I'm not a big movie guy. I'm more of a
Okay.
TV show guy.
Okay.
I get really invested in Survivor.
Really?
The show Survivor. Yeah.
Okay.
I get really invested. Dan and myself both love Survivor. It's been
Okay.
a
So reality
mutual,
game
yeah,
shows,
like competition. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Wow. I wish I was into that more. I've just never been into that.
Yeah.
I think it's too long for me. My attention span's a little low.
Yeah.
So like
now everybody knows me. Hey,
everybody knows everything about you.
Yeah.
So this weekend we talked about knowing Jesus, right?
Mhm.
And we're also in a time of prayer and fasting. We encourage
Yeah.
everybody, for a week from Sunday to Sunday to hop in, and we created a booklet and just a few different resources and things like that. So if you weren't able to come on Sunday, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We'd love for you to hop in. I just say that simply because it's just not too late in my
jump
mind.
in.
It's never too late. Jump in. Something that you said that really stuck out to me is, when it comes to knowing Jesus, we should, it should be a thing, not because like we want to know God or draw close to God because we're afraid of like getting in trouble or we're afraid of like going to hell, but it's like, we desire that relationship. We desire to know more, not about God per se, but like to know God personally, intimately, relationally. I think our first focus in the prayer and fasting booklet was relational, right? Walk me through a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think it's something that hinders a lot of believers in their journey of pursuit of knowing God is their approach to relational things, as far as time in the Word, prayer, fasting, all these things. They become things I have to do to receive something. And my driver goes from being like, I want to know the heart of God.
Yeah.
I want to know his heart. I want to know his heart for me.
Yeah.
I want my identity to be formed by like knowing his heart. I want to know his heart for people. I want him to know his heart for our church. We find ourselves approaching these things with, man, if I don't do this, then this blessing won't come. Like if I'm not in the Word, or if I'm not prioritizing these things, then that promotion I want isn't going to happen. And we turn God into like this God who's up in heaven with a clipboard of all the things we should be doing. And if we hit enough checkpoints, then he's like blessing, right? Or here's something for you.
Yeah.
And we're missing, like, it's a pursuit of the heart.
Yeah.
That's like what I want. My knowing God should not be because I receive. My pursuit of wanting to know God and know him well, because I want his heart. I want his heart for my life.
Yeah.
And so I talked a little bit about that, about this idea of this wasn't a be better message.
Yeah.
I don't want you to leave, and I don't want you to even leave like here in this podcast and being like, I need to do this better. I need to be better at this.
Yeah.
My hope is you leave and say, man, I want to know God. I want to know him well. I want to know his ways. I want to know his will. I want to know his people.
Yeah.
And if you left with that, I think that's what my goal is. That's my goal for us as a church,
Yeah.
That we wouldn't be a church of people coming on Sunday
Mm-hmm.
to check the box to feel good about their week.
Mm.
That we'd be a church full of people who are showing up Sunday expectant to know God better,
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
experience. And that's my heart with that.
Yeah. I think, I mean, at this point, it was probably a couple weeks, maybe even a month ago, we were
Yeah.
talking about no.
Uh-huh.
And I mentioned something to you about in Spanish, there's like a verb for it's conocer and then saber. And
Yeah.
one is more like, I know
Yeah.
about that thing.
Mm.
And then saber is more like I know the person,
Yeah.
or I know,
Yeah.
kind of the
That's
relationship.
good.
One's more relationship,
Yeah.
one's more mental, and one's more heart wise.
Yeah.
Walk me through again. We did the whole kind of get to know you thing a little bit, but like walk me through kind of what your journey was like coming to know God yourself. Like,
Yeah.
what'd that look like for you?
I would say I was one of those people who danced around the church for a while. Like
Mm-hmm.
my family had connection to church. I would attend youth events, maybe not always for the best reasons, but I never had a relationship like that was like transformative in my life until after college. And what happened was like football was my God.
Mm-hmm.
It was what I pursued in life, and then it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then like depression and identity issues, all of these things came like closing in on my life.
Wow.
And I turned to God after that process of saying, okay, I don't have this pursuit of football as a God anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to live my life for? And then God met me. He saved me. He healed me, told me who I was, which I think is a cool visual for any like parent maybe
Mm-hmm.
who's like, your kid's struggling and like, or your kid used to go to youth group and like they've walked away, or that family member's in a season of struggle. Like I went back to the church that I went to for years and never believed when I was ready to believe.
Mm-hmm.
It built foundation for me. It built like, it was the place I turned to.
Wow.
And so I think a lot of us can maybe find comfort in that of, even just sowing those seeds of like comfortability and giving a place for someone to come back to was my story.
Yeah.
It was people who loved me when I was like far from God.
Yeah.
People who loved me when I was broken, and I didn't appreciate it then, but I appreciate it when I was ready to receive. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. I think like thinking back on my journey, there was definitely like my younger years were knowing all about God, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it wasn't until I probably was 15 or 16 and then I said, you know what, like
Yeah.
if this is all just a bunch of, garbage or, crazy religious stuff, like I want to know for myself. And it was more of, I would either want to be really all in or like all out, you know, because I'd never really done any of that, partying or anything like that. But there's a part of me that wanted to. So it's like, God, if you're real, you make yourself known. And there was a huge switch between going like, okay, I believe God's real and I know a lot of things about him.
Yeah.
To like, man, I'm really like kind of cueing in on the heart of God,
Yeah.
the character of Christ, and what he, what his heart really beat for, if if you will.
It's funny. My wife and I talk about. My wife prompted this conversation just a little while ago about how there's times in our life where we feel like, man, like we let God down when we don't do something the right way. We don't spend enough time. We don't read enough. And I think that's such a dangerous mindset. Like God's not like angry. He's not let down. He's not like, man, why didn't you read your Bible today? He just wants relationship with you, and he wants his heart to change the way you live. Some of us discount the fact that we're walking in the will of God and we're treating people really well and we're loving people really well.
Yeah.
And that's worshiping God. Yeah, maybe today you didn't sit down and read your Bible for 30 minutes.
Sure.
But like, did you love that person at the store? Did you help that person who needed help? Did you, it's not all about knowledge. It's about application, and worship comes in a lot of different forms.
Living that out for sure. I'm definitely going to ask you a few different questions about, things that can maybe help somebody in their daily life. But I want to make sure we don't move on without saying, like, again, this isn't a be better, do more. For sure. Like, again, the heart of God is to know you and for you to know him.
Yeah.
And I think like probably too quickly, I'm not exactly sure what the drivers of those, maybe it's a guilt or shame thing, or maybe it's like you just gotta do stuff to achieve God's love or to gain
Yeah,
God's love, or
performance-based faith,
like you
right?
said,
Like
yeah,
I
like blessing.
I want to earn salvation. I want to
Yeah.
I want to be worthy of this, or
Yeah.
I want this, and it's a dangerous place to be,
Yeah.
because you'll spend your whole faith journey striving for something
Mm.
that was really just meant to be built on relationship, and it was meant to be built on time and proximity. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. I know you're going somewhere with this, but
Yeah.
it makes me
Yeah.
think of like my daughter plays soccer, and whenever she comes off the field, she's like just happy I'm there,
Mm.
right? And she's never like, Dad, I scored or I didn't, or like, it's just like, she's just like happy. Like, how do we do? That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's kind of like how I see the heart of God when we're in relationship with him, is like,
Mm.
he just wants to be with us.
Yeah.
He's not saying, how many goals did you kick today?
Yeah.
Like, how well did you do? And if you did well, you get a hug.
Mm-hmm.
If you did bad, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's in the proximity. We just have to go to him.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that stuck with me, especially in fatherhood. Like, he just wants to be with us.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing things like this prayer and fasting.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, let's acknowledge that there's stuff in our life that we've allowed to distract us, and to take time away from God, and let's give it back. Let's just give him time. At least we can do that, right? Time's easy.
Yeah. What's something like on that vein, what's something that you found in your life that could kind of maybe correct that? Because I think there's a few times where I'll even, if I've slipped, or I didn't read, or maybe I did 5 or 10 as opposed to like, 30 or something like that. And I'll go like, sorry, God, like, thinking that he's like disappointed almost. And it's like going back into okay, I have to do this in order to get. What's something that you have found maybe over the years that's like, whether it's like maybe a healthy mental talk, or maybe it's just something that helps you identify like, hey, I'm starting to like veer away from the heart of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Is there something that like really works for you, or it's a good identifier?
Yeah. I think for me, the check is when I start to tie performance with presence, right? And I start to say, okay, when I'm performing well, God's showing up. Like, man, like even like sometimes when I preach, like, man, if I preach well, man, it felt like God showed up and I did this. Wow. And it becomes a dangerous, like, it's based on my strength and my ability and these kind of things. And so you said about a daily check. I do a daily restart, right? Where it's like, every day is a new day. And there's some days I wake up and my new day is, hey, I was a little prideful yesterday. Let's have a new day today.
Yeah.
Or I was ashamed of myself yesterday. Today's a new day. And I try to block these things into new days instead of allowing these feelings to prolong. Wow. I'm like
that's really good.
I was one of those people who I talked about this on the platform, that I read the Bible early on in my faith because I felt like I had to. I was guilty. Like, if I don't, God's mad. And I was like, I would do those every January 1st.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the Bible chronologically.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do this and I do this. And first day, boom, 6 chapters. Second day, 6 chapters. Third day, 6 chapters. Fourth day, I'd miss. Fifth day, I'd miss. And then instead of just saying, dang, like, I missed a couple days, let's just jump back in the Bible, and who cares if it takes 367 or 450? I just want to be in the Word because I'm learning and growing. I would allow the shame of missing a day stop me from finishing the program.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us do that. I'm going to serve God. I'm going to give him this. I'm going to fast for a week. Maybe some of us messed up our fast on the first day. Like, hey, we were fasting from social media. We accidentally picked up our phone and we looked and we're scrolling through Instagram. We're like, right?
That was me. That was absolutely me. I was like, wait a second. This is something I'm fasting. Get off of this thing. Yeah.
There's 2 responses there.
Yeah.
And I think this is the crux of knowing in like relationship. There's 2 responses. Dang it. I messed up. I failed. I couldn't even do it for a day. I'm a horrible person.
Yeah.
God's not going to love me.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
What's the point of even continuing? I already messed up. That's a mindset that a lot of us get into.
For sure.
Or there's the other mindset. Dang, I messed up.
Yeah.
Like, this is an issue. I do go straight to my phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me put my phone down. Hey, God, I'm sorry that sometimes in my life
Mm.
I turn to a device over you. And like having a moment of just like conversation. I'm sorry, God,
Yeah.
that sometimes I prioritize things over you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep working on that.
Yeah.
Not because I have to, because I want to.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put my phone around, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think that's where I think a lot of Christians get stuck
Mm.
is in that moment of either shame
Yep.
or grace.
Yep.
And that's where we get stuck. And we
Yeah.
allow shame to stop us, steal from us, lie to us, or we like celebrate the grace of Jesus.
Yeah.
And like we turn into it and we repent for things,
Yeah.
but we repent from a place of like, thank you for being a gracious God
Yeah.
and choosing me. And
Yeah.
yeah.
His mercies are new every morning,
Yeah.
right?
Amen. Yeah.
That's good. So again, we've mentioned several times, but we are, in a week of prayer and fasting.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, when you fast, you get hungry, right?
Yeah.
It's you're kind of subtracting a few things so you can add, either more time. Again, you're aligning your focus.
You get hungry for anything. It's not just
That's
food.
true.
Like
That's true.
some people, like if you're fasting social media, you have
Yeah.
hunger pains
for
for
sure.
what you used to see. If you're fasting
Yeah.
TV, it's like, what do I do at 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
Like it's hunger.
Yep.
Because not all of us are doing food. Some of us are fasting from specific things. But that
Mhm.
idea of you crave
Mm-hmm.
and you replace, right?
good.
That's you crave something,
Yep.
replace with Jesus, replace that time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of your examples and visuals on Sunday was, hey, there's a, little kid. Oh, it's awesome. Or if they're in the baby carrier, it
Yeah.
makes sense at a specific age, right?
Yeah.
But if it's, if this person is like 12 or
Yeah.
21, it's like, hey, there's time for growth, right?
Yeah.
And you got to, develop and all those things. I think, again, I think a lot of people, if they're not careful, would hear kind of the next topic or the next, couple minutes and go, oh man, I just got to do better. Got to do more.
Yeah.
But like eventually, like you want to grow up. And when you grow up, relationships change, right?
Yeah,
They come a little bit deeper,
Yeah.
Conversations, start to stretch and,
Yeah.
and get deeper and all those things. Walk us through a little bit more of that example and maybe just kind of expound a little bit more on that point of growing deeper in the Lord.
Everything has, stages of growth, right? Our spiritual journey is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of my daughters can't wait to be a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I convince her, like, enjoy your youth.
Yeah.
Enjoy being an 8-year-old.
Being a kid.
Right? Because I
Yeah.
know what's waiting for her in the teenage years and
Yeah.
the hard things she's going to have to carry.
Right.
And so, like, it's the same thing I would say to believers. Like, if you're in your youth of your, like, relationship with Jesus, like,
Mhm.
enjoy it.
Mhm.
Enjoy the newness of it. But if you've staged and you've grown in it, you've been in it a while, and now like you should be like a teenager, you should be an adult.
Mhm.
It's not cute to do the same things you used
Right,
to do.
right.
It's like
It's not
it's
cute
like
anymore.
when you go to a restaurant and you're like, there's the 1-year-old who's like throwing cups, like,
Right.
oh, look how cute.
Right.
Like a 16-year-old does it, you're like, hey, you got to work on
you
that.
got a problem.
And the whole reason I was painting that picture was not to like shame anybody who's stayed in kind of the infancy of their faith.
Mm-hmm.
It was to hopefully spark a desire to want to grow.
Yeah.
Because it's better for you, right?
Yeah.
It's not that he's angry, he's ashamed of you because you haven't grown,
Mm-hmm.
but it's better for your life. It's you're going to grow in wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to grow in discernment. You're going to grow in just the ability to follow his will
Mm-hmm.
because you are growing.
Yeah.
And so I think as I expanded on that, I think I went out to the crowd for one of the services, and
You did. Yeah.
I was like, this mom is holding this baby. That's
Yeah.
super cute. Like everybody, ooh, ah. But like, if there was like a 17-year-old in her baby carrier,
Right.
you'd be telling mom like, hey, it's time for the kid to walk.
For sure.
And my heart for the church is,
For sure.
I want to be like the dad who's like, hey, it's time to walk.
Mhm.
It's time to, let's take a next step. Let's
Yeah.
do something. Like, here's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared of getting my driver's license, like getting behind the wheel.
Okay.
Right. And it took like a push from my dad to say, like, it's time. Like, we've put this off long enough.
Got it.
Let's get in the truck. Let's go practice driving. Let's get you your license. That was my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I care about you. You've been putting these things off. You've been putting knowing Jesus off. You've been putting these spiritual practices off.
Hmm.
Let's get them going.
Yeah.
It's time. Yeah.
Yeah. again, one of your visuals where you kind of talked about roots, right?
Yeah.
And the strength of a tree is not so much the top
Yeah.
or like the middle, but it's the roots that really secure it to the
Yeah.
ground and keep it in place.
Uh-huh.
Um, what are some things that you've found over the years? And again, I know everybody's a little bit different, but I
Yeah.
think that there are definitely some like maybe some disciplines that could start off as maybe a discipline, but then it turns into like, oh, I'm actually loving this.
Yeah.
And like, there's a little bit of one of my mentors in my life used to say, sometimes discipline can turn into delight,
Yeah.
where it's like it's
good.
like you got to show up and do the
Yeah.
hard thing, but eventually it's like,
it's like the gym.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But there is that thing of like, I really need to, could hopefully eventually turn into like, man, I'm loving this. And like God is meeting me where I'm at, and we're having great conversations within the word and within prayer. But what are some things that you have found, that really seem to like help you stay rooted and help you like grow in the Lord and in your faith?
I try not to overcomplicate it. I think what hurts a lot of people is they try to take on everything all at once, and they feel inadequate. They struggle with these like this and that. I keep it very simple.
Mm-hmm.
If I can accomplish these 3 things in a day, I think I've had a successful day. And they're the 3 P's for me.
Okay.
People, presence, and prayer.
Okay.
If I can spend time in prayer, communicating with God, and seeking his will for my life.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's short, sometimes it's elongated, sometimes it's consistent, sometimes it's not. But if I can have time in prayer with him, like, that's a good part of my day.
Yeah.
If I can pursue presence with him through worship, through time in his word, where he is shaping me through his word and his truth, it's a good part of my day.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can connect with people who are working towards the same goal as me, which is to know his heart more, that's a good part of my day.
Yeah.
And so if I just focus on those 3 and like say everything else will kind of come within those, but like prayer, presence, and people, I'm winning that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Something that I found over the years for me, and we're wired very differently, of course, but like when I, if I show up for my, like my God time in the morning, something that really helps me to like stay locked in is remembering that it is relational. One thing I even did years ago, and sometimes I still find myself doing it, is if I'm reading the Bible at the kitchen table or something, is like kicking the other chair out, almost like someone's facing me and talking, and we're I'm just either eating and reading or just reading and going, wow, that's a great point. Almost like, again, my prayer is not into this ethereal into space, but it's like God is right here. His presence is here.
It's good.
And that's something that's always been like really grounding. Or even like if I'm driving, I just look over to the passenger seat and go, okay, if God's with me, I know he is, so I'm gonna talk to him like he's with me.
You're crossing a really cool theological line of, you're kind of addressing something you said just a minute ago, my God time. I feel like that hurts so many people to have God time and my time. And God time and family time. I think if we can get in a better practice of all my time is God time.
It's a good word.
And sometimes God's in a boring meeting with me.
Yeah.
And I'm worshiping him there.
Right.
God's in my struggles. God's in my mourning. God's in my praise on Sunday. He's in my Bible time on Monday. He's in my prayer on Thursday, but he's also there in the mundane.
Yeah.
And I can worship him in the mundane.
Yeah.
I think it frees us so much from having these like God time amounts that seem acceptable. People ask me all the time, how long do you pray every day, Shane? And how often do you pray? And I said, it depends on the day. Sometimes me and God are just talking, and I'm just like talking and like venting, and like going through that process. And like, you probably wouldn't classify that as prayer, but like, I'm talking to my dad.
No, for sure.
And like, and sometimes it's, in a meeting when people are talking, I'm like, God, please give me patience to deal with this. I'm not saying that out loud, that's a definite internal prayer.
Give me patience, give me wisdom.
But I think there's a big philosophy breakdown in people who try to differentiate, this is my God time and this is my
Yeah.
me time, or this is my regular life.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would say try to just make every moment a form of worship,
It's good.
and not out of like perfection,
Mm-hmm.
but freedom of like feeling the pressure to have it all together for a certain moment.
Mm-hmm.
Just be real and like invite him into the mundane of your life.
Yeah.
And I that's been a very freeing thing for me. Like
Yeah.
my car rides have become really enjoyable.
Mm.
As I listen to books, I pray, and I listen to music, and I call people, and I just talk with people on my car ride.
Mm.
And like, I'm like, I don't see that as like not a God moment. Like I'm helping that person. They're helping me.
You're connecting.
Yeah. I'm worshiping God with loving this person.
Mm-hmm.
And I might not be at a table with my coffee and my Bible open and my glasses on and studying,
Yeah.
but like
So good.
God's pleased with these things.
For sure.
And so
Yeah.
I think that's just, I hope that's freeing for some people. Like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
every moment is
Yeah.
a God moment.
Yeah. There's definitely, good things about getting away and getting quiet,
sure.
but I think you're absolutely right. Of
Yeah.
like, there shouldn't be like a segregation.
Yeah.
Like this time is God's, and then this other time
Yeah.
is what,
Yeah.
It's like, it's all the Lord's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it kind of new initiatives that we're doing here at the
Yeah.
church, and a lot of things to be excited about, and hopefully to help people, see Jesus, but also come to know Jesus
Yeah.
in a deeper way. What are some things that you're like really stoked about? Some of the new things.
Yeah, I'm really excited about a series we have coming up. We're going to do 21 weeks in the book of John.
Come
And we're
on.
going to do a chapter a week, and small groups, and we're all going to be going through that together. And I'm really excited for what it's going to do for our church. I'm excited about what we're even doing right now through 7 days of prayer and fasting is like a really big stretch for some of us.
Yeah.
And I love hearing what I'm hearing from people who were like skeptical at first. And now when we're filming this, we're a couple days in.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, God's like speaking to me. I'm like,
Come on.
praise God. Like,
Come on. Yeah.
so I'm excited about those things. I'm excited what God's going to do in the individual here at Grace who engages in these things well. Yeah.
Come on. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumped for what's ahead. Easter's so close.
2 weeks,
Palm
right?
Sunday.
Come
Yeah,
on.
so close. Obviously Noah was last week. We're stepping into live
Yes.
like Jesus this week. Any thoughts, any teasers?
Yeah. Anybody who's watching this before the Sunday, we do live, come to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're going to have a moment
Yeah.
together. I think it's going to be really awesome. You're not going to miss it. It's exciting to talk about the idea of walking and living the faith that you say you believe in. You're not going to want to miss this Sunday, is all I can say.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I'm excited.
Yeah.
You've told me a lot about what it's going to look like, so I'm really
Yeah,
excited. So, hey, thank you everybody for joining us on the pod. We're grateful that you're showing up and checking it out. If you would share it, whether you're on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or anywhere else that you stream podcasts, but give us a 5-star review, give us a fun comment that helps kind of spread the word and get it more.
Well, even like let us
know.
know.
Yeah, that's true.
We've been doing this just kind of as for this series and this vision series. Like, let us know. Like, you want us to keep going.
That's a great word.
What do you want? What do you want us to talk about? What are you hoping? Like I would love, because maybe we'll keep doing this. Maybe we'll keep sitting down and chatting about some things.
Do people really want to hear from us?
Like, let us know. Do you want to hear from us?
Yeah. Any topics you want to hear about or whatever, but that would be amazing. But Grace family, we love you, and we can't wait to see you on Sunday. Again, don't miss it. It's going to be an incredible Sunday, and we can't wait to see you there. So Shane, thanks for the time, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right.